My name is Glenys Southurst, and today I'm interviewing Jennifer Mordecai, who's going to tell us more about her faith and what brought her to the city of Whittlesea.
Hello Glenys, lovely to meet you. I started my journey in Mumbai, which was my birthplace. My forefathers were Jewish, of the Jewish faith, and we call ourselves the Bnei Israels, which means sons of Israel. I studied in a convent, for a little while, and then I moved on to another school closer to home. My schooling was all in English. However, I did learn the local language, which was Hindi, and Marathi, which was the state language. So I had those up my sleeve, and we had to learn, of course, a little bit of French, a second language, and so on and so forth. I did complete my schooling there in Bombay, and I went to intermediate arts for 2 years. In the meantime, my father passed away, so my mom decided to leave India, and we moved to Israel. She was a young widow.
Yes.
And so we moved to Israel with my siblings in 1975. I was very young. I was 19 years old, sorry.
Mm.
That's where I met my husband. He is also from the same faith, the Bnei Israels, and both my children were born there. I worked there for a little while. I studied to teach English as a second language. I taught in a school for a little while, and I gave private lessons to teach English as a second language. It was a bit of a cultural shock, but you move on and you adapt, as you live there. And then we decided I had to learn another language, of course, which was Hebrew. So that was another thing, learn another language,
That's difficult.
So then I did work a little bit as a secretary. In 1991, my husband and I, with my children, decided to move to Australia. His sister sponsored us, I should say, and we moved to Melbourne. Yeah. So I found a job here, struggled a little bit, another cultural shock, but we managed. I studied. Again, I changed my whole course of, my career, and I worked in a childcare center. During these last few years, I have done my diploma and certificate in children's services. Worked for 10 years, and then due to I was not feeling well, I had knee problems and so on and so forth. I said, I need to move on. So I did my certificate and diploma in vocational education and training, as well as my advanced diploma in childcare.
You've done a lot. You've done a lot and
Yes,
come a long way.
I have come a long way.
Yeah.
So at the moment I am still working. I'm working for Melbourne Polytechnic for the last 10 years. I am enjoying myself, still enjoying myself.
Are you teaching? Or?
I'm teaching and assessing both. I'm training students 18 plus to work in the childcare sector.
Oh.
So I teach both certificate and diploma classes, yes.
Oh, lovely. And did you come to live in the city of Whittlesea when you came to Australia?
Yes, that's one of the reasons why we moved to Whittlesea, because of our jobs, my job and my husband's job. He worked in Preston and with Melbourne Polytechnic. It used to be NMIT.
Ah, yes.
So, and then we found a job here, and we are here from 1993 in Whittlesea. So
Long
yes,
time
from
now.
here. Yes.
And did your faith help you in that journey?
Yes, we got connected with our faith. We became members of our synagogue here in St. Kilda. We are a small community here in Melbourne. In Whittlesea, I've got a few families here, but all over Melbourne as well. So yes, we are connected. We meet for our high holidays at the synagogue. Of course, through bar mitzvah, celebrations of bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, birthdays, weddings, it's all part of that culture.
Yes.
Yes. So and that keeps us all connected, with our faith.
It does. Yeah, and you find people like-minded, don't you?
Yes, like-minded, and when we share that, we share our ideas and so on and so forth. Later on, we were connected to the Victorian Commission, Multicultural Commission,
Oh yes.
as well as the National Jewish Council of Australia, and so they knew, okay, so there is a group of people called Bnei Israels from India who are Jewish. A lot of them didn't know that there was a community in India and here, so we got connected through a few people, and then they decided to, then they invited me to do this project, and the project was to create a cookbook with all our recipes, the Bnei Israel recipes. Yes. There's a lady called Nancy Sugarman, and she was the writer, and she was the project coordinator. And she interviewed me and a couple of people, my sister and some other people, and we got a book. We wrote a book.
See, there'd be a number of different cultures in your faith.
In my faith, no, just the Bnei Israels, and there's another one. There's another group of people called the Baghdadi Jews.
Oh.
They came from Iraq, and they migrated to India, to Calcutta, Bombay, and so on and so forth. So we've got them as well. Of course, there's the Cochin Jews down south, and they're all Indians, but if you have to break it up, you got the Cochin Jews, you got the Bnei Israels, you got the Baghdadi Jews, and I think there's another one on the other side of India, and they call themselves Sons of Menash or something like that.
Are there many from your faith living in the city of Whittlesea?
Yes, my sister, my mom, my nephew, and a couple of their
your
families.
children?
My children, my daughters in Doreen. My son at the moment has moved out to Abbotsford, but yes, his home is still home.
Yes, yes.
They don't leave.
Yeah.
So
Is there
yes.
anything else you'd like to tell us?
Yes, I did attend the Interfaith here a couple of years ago.
A couple of functions.
Yes, we had in 2018-19. I did share some of my recipes here.
Oh yeah, that was the Carnival of
The
Connection.
carnival, yes. So I was here for those as well. Yes, and we have every year the Jewish festival held in Elstonwick, and I do attend there, and we did go there and do again recipes, shared my recipes, our recipes there as well. So yes, I've been around everywhere.
Yes, you have. You've well and truly integrated yourself into the community,
Yes,
haven't you?
yes,
You live and work here.
correct.
And so most of the Jewish people of your faith living in the city of Whittlesea
Are connected.
connected,
We are
yes.
related.
I see,
We are all
I
related,
see.
sort of thing. Yes.
That's handy, isn't it?
Yes.
For social occasions.
For sure, yes. Most of us are here. Some of them are a little bit further, Muralbach and the city, and so on and so forth. But the near and dear ones are a bit close by. Yes.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. That's
No
really
worries,
interesting.
yes.
I love hearing all these stories.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and thank you very much for inviting me to share my story. I am here in Australia for 29 years now, and yeah, I can see myself growing, and I have achieved a lot.
You have.
Yes. And I'm proud of that, and my children are proud of that, and then my husband too.
So
I
you
should
should
say my
be.
husband too, but yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.